Welcome to Louisiana Travel Show. And with me today is Megan, who is our international rep who represents and promotes Louisiana all over the world. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me. So glad to be here.
So I know coming out of COVID, people in Louisiana see what we do only to promote staycation and get Louisianans moving around the state. They don't see the out-of-state marketing, and surely they don't see what we do internationally. And before COVID, our largest increase and spend more money is those international travels. Tell us a little bit about what your team does and the reps around the world and how they bring visitors here to Louisiana.
Absolutely. Yeah, so COVID really kind of put us a little bit behind, and it's been very interesting to try to engage in our markets. But we figured out very creative ways to be able to engage with them and just be top of mind, keep top of awareness whenever we're promoting and talking about the destination, whether or not they could travel or not. But before I get into some of the engagements, we do have representation in a few countries. We have Canada, we have Mexico, we have UK, and we have Germany as well. And in those markets where we have reps, they contact us daily and tell us about industry trends, market intelligence, what's going on within the markets, and that could really focus in on how we promote and engage. But during the pandemic, we really had to think quick and stay ahead of the curve, really. So, and I'm pretty sure you remember this, Lieutenant Governor, but we were one of the first destinations to actually host a virtual happy hour. So we did that, and you helped us toast to our #1 international market, which was the Canadian market, and it wound up being a huge success. And we can actually see those efforts across the board today, nationwide and worldwide, where people are still engaging through these virtual happy hours and virtual experiences.
So you were able to keep them excited about coming to Louisiana. I remember that. We mailed them a little kit of how to make a Sazerac,
Yeah.
and we showed them on the computer how to do that and then toasted them. And then we also lit up many buildings on Canadian Day, July 1st. And those pictures made it all across Canada to keep them excited about coming to Louisiana. Yeah, your team has done a great job at thinking outside the box. You know, one of the memorable trips I took was when we went to Canada, and we brought partners from all over the state, and they each got up and talked about their town, their city, their fairs, their festivals. And then I went around and met with those travel reps and said, you know, why do you send people to Louisiana? And it's that excitement and passion that each of the groups from all over the state had that gets those reps excited, and that personal engagement that you have on those trips. It's a lot of work you do. Y'all are always traveling somewhere. Tell us a little bit about what takes place on those trips when you go and how you engage with those reps.
Absolutely. And you know, during the pandemic, during 2020 really, we had to actually do it virtually. So we had to attend virtual trade shows, which was different. Who would have thought we would have been living in or working in a virtual reality, really? But in late 2021, we were actually able to meet in person with our counterparts overseas, as well as have our partners come in. So there's a lot that goes involved whenever we're doing trade shows or we're conducting missions with your office and our office and our partners going overseas. But there's a lot of organization internally, but really we just get out there, we get the word out, we organize our partners, we want them to come in, represent their different areas, talk about the new things that they have to offer, and then go from there, really. And the excitement that we were seeing whenever we were actually able to meet in person was exciting. And that was right around the time whenever the announcement came about the borders opening. So bookings across overseas were just skyrocketing, because really people, they're ready to get out. You know, the pent-up demand's there, and they just want to be able to travel. They want to be able to be with their friends, their families, and experience destinations like Louisiana.
And I know the international travel, they stay longer, they spend more time, they see more than just one city in Louisiana. And I know another tool we've added to our toolbox that we'll talk about in another segment more in depth, but the river cruises. People are coming in. Those river cruises have been big all over Europe, but now that you can get on the boat in New Orleans and make many stops up the river in Louisiana is going to be a real asset to all of Louisiana. So tell us a little bit about the international flights and how that impacts travel here in Louisiana.
Absolutely. The international flights are key. They're extremely important. We lost them during the pandemic, but we're so happy to announce that they're going to be coming back. Some of the main ones that we're going to have returning is British Airways, which is London to New Orleans. That's going to be a direct
That's a big
flight.
one.
Yes, that'll launch April 26th. We're going to have Air Canada July 1st, and that's going to be Toronto to New Orleans. And then Air Transat is tentatively scheduled for November, and that's going to be their winter seasonal flights from Montreal to New Orleans.
And those are great markets for us. And when they land, they end up seeing more of Louisiana than just New Orleans. So getting those direct flights are great. Thanks again for being with us. Great work you're doing. Looking forward to a great year.